It began on a snowy Christmas Eve when a young girl named Emily disappeared without a trace. Her parents searched frantically, but all they found was a single red mitten lying in the snow. Rumors spread like wildfire, whispering of a sinister figure seen lurking in the woods. A figure clad in a tattered Santa suit, driving a decrepit sleigh pulled by skeletal reindeer. The following year, another child vanished, this time from the crowded streets of the town square. Witnesses claim to have seen a makeshift toy shop appear overnight, its windows filled with grotesque dolls and eerie music emanating from within. But when the authorities investigated, the shop had vanished, leaving no trace behind. As the years passed, more children disappeared, each one leaving behind a trail of cryptic clues. A candy cane stained with blood, a note written in a language no one could decipher, and a chilling laughter echoing in the night. The townsfolk whispered of a vengeful spirit, cursed to wander the earth in search of souls to claim. Desperate for answers, a group of brave souls ventured into the heart of the forest, where legend had it that the spirit of an ancient witch resided. But as they delved deeper into the icy wilderness, they soon realized they were not alone. Something was watching them from the shadows, its eyes gleaming with malice. The orphanage stood abandoned on the outskirts of town, its windows shattered and its walls crumbling. Locals spoke of ghostly apparitions wandering the halls at night, their mournful cries echoing through the empty corridors. But when a group of investigators dared to enter the orphanage, they uncovered a darkness far more sinister than they could have imagined. Every Christmas Eve, a group of carolers would gather in the town square, their voices harmonizing in eerie unison. But as the night wore on, their melodies would grow more haunting, and those who listened too closely would soon find themselves ensnared in a web of madness and despair. Deep beneath the frozen earth, a hidden workshop lay buried, its walls lined with the tools of a madman's trade. Here, twisted experiments were conducted in the name of science, as the townsfolk unwittingly became the subjects of a deranged mind hell-bent on unlocking the secrets of immortality. In the old churchyard, a lone figure would kneel before a crumbling altar, whispering prayers to a deity long forgotten. But as the clock struck midnight, the figure would rise, its eyes burning with a terrible hunger, as it stalked the shadows in search of souls to devour. Each year, a grand feast would be held in the town hall, where the wealthy and powerful would gather to celebrate the season of giving. But as the night wore on, the food would turn rancid, and the wine would run thick with blood, as the guests found themselves trapped in a nightmare from which there was no escape. Legend spoke of a cursed Yule log, said to bring death and destruction to all who dared to light it. But when a foolish young couple decided to test the legend, they soon found themselves haunted by visions of a monstrous figure lurking in the shadows, its laughter echoing through the night. In the old cemetery, a lone gravestone stood, its inscription worn away by the passage of time. But when a curious historian unearthed the grave, they uncovered a tale of betrayal and revenge that spanned centuries, as the vengeful spirit of a wronged lover rose from the grave to wreak havoc on the living. As Christmas Eve approached once more, the town of Evergreen Hollow braced itself for the inevitable darkness that would descend upon them. But this year, a lone figure emerged from the shadows, clad in a tattered Santa suit and wielding a gleaming blade. For the spirit of Christmas had been corrupted, and only blood could cleanse the town of its sins. Whispers echoed through the streets of Evergreen Hollow, tales of a cursed bell that tolled in the dead of night, summoning forth the spirits of the damned. Locals spoke of a ghostly figure clad in a crimson cloak, its eyes gleaming with an otherworldly light as it wandered the streets in search of souls to claim. Those who dared to listen to the haunting melody of the bell soon found themselves ensnared in a nightmare from which there was no escape. Each year, the town of Evergreen Hollow would come alive with the sounds of laughter and merriment as the winter carnival rolled into town. But beneath the colorful facade lurked a darkness that threatened to consume all who dared to attend. Strange disappearances were whispered about in hushed tones, and those who ventured too close to the towering Ferris wheel would soon find themselves plummeting to their doom.